Guys, good morning. Happy Wednesday. It's Daryl here. It's bright and early, 5 a.m. here in Connecticut on the East Coast. As you can see, I'm smiling again. I've gone back and looked at the last video I made, and I'm appreciative of a couple of your comments, trying to be thoughtful of my channel and what can happen to me. I'm very thankful for you guys that are concerned. I've kind of calmed down. I don't want to bring more attention to something that I don't care for. You know, I don't want to just do the wrong thing and bring more attention to something that I don't particularly care, you know, that I don't believe in. One of the things that I didn't talk about in the video that bothered me is before I even found that video, I had gotten emails and I'd seen comments where people were talking about stuff I didn't even get. They were angry at me and they were vicious. They were angry comments. I'll just leave it at that. I don't want to repeat anything. And I didn't understand why, but now I do. Obviously, there's people out there that were so angry when they heard about this video from this person from Pennsylvania. And I assume they typed in the name of the video. Let's talk about Beau, the fifth column. And they came across my video instead and commented right away or sent an email to me. Now, I am guilty. As a matter of fact, I talk about doing that very same thing in the video, Beau, the fifth column. Let's talk about Beau, the fifth column. I talk at the beginning of that video, I talk about how I just looked at Beau and the way he looked, and I was ready to rip into him. And the title of the video, I believe it was What It's Like to Be a Black Person in America. And I was ready to rip into him without even watching the video. And I'm so glad I did. And that's what I talk about in that video. And now it's kind of ironic because people are doing it to me. People hear about the name of the video who are staunch supporters of Beau, and they think I'm the guy that made the derogatory video about Beau. It's not me. That's what made me the most angry this morning. That's probably why I was that angry. I was already getting kickback from, and this is my most popular video, and not only that, but one of the most proud of. So I just wanted to say that. I also want to talk about boycotts, okay? Because I got a lot of comments about boycotts, and it made me think. Maybe I came across a little wrong. I do believe boycotts can work. I think I didn't make it really clear. I was trying to kind of humorously point out human nature. Like if we say we're angry and we say we're going to do something. Let's take, for instance, just in that last video, I said, "Oh, I'm gonna look into YouTube and call YouTube, and I'm gonna see if there's copyright infringement today." Chances are, I don't know if I'm gonna do that. I was angry, and I was kind of alluding to the same kind of thing when I talked about boycotts. One of the viewers talked about how he never shopped at Walmart, and because it's not union, and I am a staunch union man. 917 Teamsters out of Manhattan. I was a member of that, and now I've been honorably discharged from that union now that I'm no longer a truck driver. I'm a staunch union man, and he makes a great point about Walmart. But here's the thing that I was just kind of trying to point out about human nature. You know, people say things, and I think that our habits kind of overtake it. You know, like I'll say, that's it. You know, if I feel strongly about something today, tomorrow I'm going to do this and X, Y, and Z about that. And I'm not saying, you know, I'm not pointing out anybody in particular, but I know from past experience that it's harder to do that than it seems. You know, at the moment when you're fired up, you have a lot of resolve. But then our lives take over other pressing matters, like say for instance I had to fix a brake light yesterday, you know, and you kind of calm down and your priorities kind of not your priorities, but your daily needs of what you have to tend to kind of start to take over. That's just what I was trying to point out. I'm not saying that people don't feel strongly enough to affect change. I'm sorry if I came across that way. I think that's the point of this video. Is boycotts do work. without a doubt. And it is a good way to make your point known by withholding money. One of the best ways. But I think I wasn't quite clear. I think it needs to be a group effort to really have any effect. You know, me withholding $10 from not buying something isn't going to make a lot of difference. The more people, the more join in, the more strength we have in numbers. It reminds me of the dollar bill, the eagle holding the 13 arrows in its claw, and it's harder to break 13 arrows than one arrow. You know, there's strength in numbers. That's kind of the point I was making. I didn't, you know, once I watched the video again, I read the comments, I watched the video again. Sometimes I'm not really clear. I was just pointing out the foibles, I guess is the word, of human nature. How, you know, sometimes we feel very strongly, like Trump. I'm never going to, boycott Coke. And then when it comes time for lunch, are you really going to have a Pepsi with your Big Mac? Probably not. Not today. I'll start tomorrow. Come on, we all know we do this. That's kind of what I was trying to point out humorously. I do believe boycotts work if they're organized in groups. I got a comment yesterday about something about my addictive personality, that I was weak. And I have to laugh at this. You know, I'm somebody that used one of the most two or three of the most addictive drugs known to man. Daily, hourly, I use them, and I have been able to stop for over 14 years. So I do not on any level consider myself weak these days. But I am powerless against my addiction. People who are in A will understand that. Okay, I've babbled on long enough. I'll be back a little later with a more organized video. I just wanted to make a few comments on those things. You guys have a terrific Wednesday.